Yes guys, today I'm going to be sharing a personal story of the worst lightsaber buying experience I've ever had. This is a tale of suspense, frustration that spanned over the course of almost a year. What's the name of the company I bought it from? How many things were wrong with it? And does the story have a happy ending? So come hang out and listen to my story of my $1,300 terrible lightsaber buying experience. Hey Star Wars fans, what's happening? Thanks BB. Hey guys, welcome to Finding the Force, your favorite Star Wars channel that covers everything Galaxy's Edge, video games, and especially lightsabers. As always, I'll be your host, Obi-Dad Kenobi. Hello there. I so much enjoy sharing my love for Star Wars with you guys through lightsabers, other collectibles. If you're new to the channel, don't be shy. Click the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I'd really appreciate it if you mash that like button because it tells YouTube that I make good videos. Yeah, that's right. Wearing one of my sequel t-shirts. You got a problem with that? Huh? Do you? I'm just playing, I'm just messing. Now, before we get all carried away, let's just get one thing straight, okay? If you guys have been watching my channel, you know that I'm a super positive guy, and this isn't a smear campaign. This is just a story I want to share with you guys about things that can go wrong when you're buying really high-end replica-grade lightsabers that are installed by humans. Accidents happen, things get overlooked, and unfortunately, stories like this have to be told and shared. At the end of the video, I'll have some tips for you guys to try to avoid this kind of thing happening to you, especially over a $1,300 lightsaber. And yes, just like you saw in the thumbnail, this is my $1,300 Kylo Ren lightsaber, which all of you are running to the comments right now to tell me how crazy I am to have paid that much. But I got kind of suckered into it. Let me explain, okay? So I'll go ahead and disclose the company that I purchased this from, and believe it or not, it's Corbanth, one of the most popular lightsaber companies selling high-end grade replica lightsabers. But hold your tauntauns, okay? So the owner of Corbanth, his name is Randy. He's actually a really nice guy, but he has a really big, thriving lightsaber business, and how I believe his business might work is that he runs the show and he has installers that are installing these expensive lightsabers, you know, all over the country. Kind of like how a housing developer has all different contractors working on different parts of the house. He can't oversee every project, right? He's trusting his installers to really give it 100%. The quality of their work is going to have his name on it, right? And I'm not the only one. There's a channel called Ronin Sabers, and he actually made a video talking about how the quality of the Corbanth installs has really varied. And I wanted to quickly mention, at the same time I bought this Kylo Ren lightsaber, I actually also bought this weathered Rey scavenger lightsaber. And this, although, you know, there was a wait, which I'll get to that in a minute, this was a great experience. The saber works beautifully, came with very detailed instructions on how to use all the features. So this was a 5-star experience. But this saber was kind of a hot mess. And it's the one that's been on my shelf for quite a long time. This is the Kylo Ren KR lightsaber. Now, this is arguably one of the most screen accurate Kylo Ren lightsabers out there, which is a really big deal because according to Star Wars Replicas, my buddy Gabe, check out his YouTube channel, he was showing off that he actually managed to pick up one of the few Kylo Ren lightsaber replicas that made it off the assembly line before Disney put the kibosh on that. For some reason had to do with like rights and legal stuff. So there's hardly any Kylo Ren replica lightsabers out there, which makes this a really cool addition to anyone's collection. This is like most screen accurate. It's a fully functioning Neopixel lightsaber. Woo! That's a mouthful. Okay, so let's address the bantha in the room, shall we? Why did I pay $1,300 for this? I'll tell you why, because it was about $1,000. Sticker price. New Year's Eve just happened. I think this was like New Year's Day. Corbanth had a big sale. Boom, they're selling Kylo Ren and Rey Desert Scavenger lightsabers. And I felt kind of crazy and I bought one of each of them. Kind of with the intention if I wanted to check it out, review it, and actually eventually sell it, which I still might. So about a month or two into this really long waiting process, Randy contacted me and said, "Hey, Obi-Dad Kenobi, if you're interested, they will install a metal goth crystal chassis in this Kylo Ren lightsaber for you for an extra $200. And I figured I'd come this far, why not just go a little bit further and get the whole shebang? And I did. I can't continue without talking about KR Sabers. And KR is known to put out extremely great products. He has a great reputation in the community. He operates out of the United Kingdom, I believe. And he's actually helped me out of a pickle. When my installer and I contacted him, he was super friendly, got back to us really fast and helped us solve an issue. Sells really great sabers, and he has his own store called the Custom Saber Armory, which sells empty hilts, parts, and stuff like that. Feel free to check it out. None of, I think, the issues with this installation of this hilt had anything to do with KR or Randy. So let's get into how things went after I finally received the lightsaber. Did I forget to mention that I waited
6 months?
6 months? 6 months? January, February, March, April, May, June. That is such an incredibly long amount of time to wait for something this cool. Okay, but in Corbant's defense, there was and still is a chip shortage going on. So they were having trouble getting Profi boards and sound chips, so they could not install lightsabers because I purchased it installed. So we can't really hold it to Corbant. Other companies were having the same problem, and I heard the rumor is the chip shortage is still continuing, although there has been more recent developments and the invention of the Neopixel lightsaber, much more easily affordable and obtainable. Feel free to check out all those Artsaber reviews that I've been doing. I'll put that in a playlist. I'll put that up above here. Minimizes the weight, has all the features you need, super discount price. I've never waited 6 months for anything. And I actually am happy to say I think in the lightsaber community, this problem has beginning to resolve itself, because I think a lot of customers are just not having this nonsense anymore. The idea of paying up front for a product a company doesn't have yet or has not even assembled, just that's not something I'm into. I'm not going to be doing that anymore. So 6 incredibly slow months goes by and I pull this out of the box. And let me go over the laundry list of things that were wrong, unfortunately, when I found the saber. You know, and some of you might think they're little things, but when you've paid a super deluxe price for this thing, you know, you want it to come, everything working and in ship shape, right? This saber didn't come with any wrenches. Someone out there might have made this their very first lightsaber purchase. Kind of inconvenient. Every saber in the world comes with Allen wrenches. What makes this a really big pain in the this saber takes 3 different Allen wrenches. A big one, a medium one for the main blade, and a tiny one for the side blades. Who's got time for 3 Allen wrenches? Come on, tell them. Who's got time?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hit him again.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Give me a break.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
What a pain in the butt. Needs 3 Allen wrenches, comes with none. Not cool. Let's move on. That there are Neopixel blade connectors, and it comes with these really rad shaped blade plugs that will light up if you turn this on without the blades. Problem was, when I got it right out of the box, you know, they wouldn't fit in the side vents at all. And, you know, again, a small issue, but for the price you're paying, you expect the plugs to go in the side vents. So these need to be sanded down, but we're just getting started. More than one of these wire holders was coming out. And actually, as you can see right here, this one is still a problem. Totally coming out there. You can tell that there's a little bit of glue residue there. It was attempted to be glued, didn't get quite right. Got wire holders popping off. I hope that doesn't get like fall on the carpet, get sucked up in the vacuum. One of the biggest issues with me was that this inner chamber here, this metal part, it looks beautiful, weathered. This metal kind of engine inside of the bulk of the saber was actually wiggling independent from the frame itself, like it wasn't secured. But the upper half was wiggling around it, it wasn't a good look. Next. Okay, another issue is that the entire lower and upper half of the saber comes with 2 kinds of screws. Now, if you use the smaller screw, it looks flush, with the saber like it does in the film, right? The problem is you have to use the longer screw, which actually sticks out, in order to tighten it enough so that the lower and upper half doesn't do this. So as I was trying to kind of like swing my saber around and enjoy it, I kept hearing this clicking and shifting of the upper and lower halves of the saber. But I found out later, because KR got back to me personally like wicked fast, I just keep in the longer screw, which kind of sticks out a little bit, but no big deal. Finding after waiting 6 months for my saber, I take it out of the box and it's like things are wiggling, the blade plugs aren't going in. And also what really irked me a little bit is that this did not come with any kind of set of instructions, which my Ray did. And even though you think all boards that are Profi have things in common, but there's so many different ways to activate the soundtracks. Can you change the color of the blade? How to activate force effects. Do I turn it on by twisting or wagging or stabbing? How do I get into the volume control? All these can be configured differently. So having a set of instructions really would have been helpful, but I still haven't been able to lower the volume. This thing is crazy stupid loud, which is awesome if you guys are doing like conventions and cosplay and stuff. But if you're like at home, it might wake up your kids kind of in the late hours. So I contacted Randy, emailed him all the problems. He got back to me within like an hour, super fast, and I shipped it out. Unfortunately, it's considered normal in the industry that even though the saber came with problems that I had nothing to do with, I'm responsible for shipping it one way and they'll ship it back to you. Just how it is. Don't be taken back if you're new to all this. It's just how things are, I guess. So I paid and had it shipped across the country to Idaho or Tennessee or some state over there. I was given the guy's name and an email I found in the email feed. And I emailed this guy. Gave him a couple weeks, 3 weeks, and I emailed him saying, hey, how's it going? How much time do you need? No response. Okay, then it was like over a month and I emailed him again. Hey, can you hear me? Are you getting my messages? Still nothing. So I get back to Randy again, who contacts him, and I think I waited probably close to 2 months, finally got it back. Now we're on 8 months since I bought this thing, and to tell you the truth, I'm feeling like kind of over it. For all of you who purchase sabers out there, I'm sure you know that when it gets sent to you, and when everything's going wrong with it, just kind of puts a damper on the whole buying experience, really. Just when I thought I'd waited long enough and I turn it on and I start enjoying my Kylo Ren saber, I find this. As soon as you turn it on and hit the blaster deflect, it like just goes crazy and starts like seizing and this glitching everywhere. So again, I take a video, send it to Randy, and I mail it out again. Bye-bye. Sent it out to be reconfigured. Paying top dollar, I'm not going to try to recruit my installer or like beg some friends, please, will you help me spend hours of my time trying to find the weird line of code to get this to work. I ain't got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So before I ended my video, I have some tips to share with you guys to help you avoid this kind of a situation. Like I said, personally, I recommend not purchasing sabers that are not ready to ship. And luckily, like I said, I think it's becoming more of a pattern, especially with Vader's Vault. The last couple of runs they've done, a wave of sabers that have already been made and they're ready to ship. You buy them right then and there, because that was another company. Unfortunately, I've heard a lot from fans that they've had a really long wait times for their products. Another suggestion is please make sure to test your saber when you get it. Check all the sound fonts, because a lot of the sound fonts on mine were working fine, but the Kylo Ren one was not. So make sure you check them all, have some fun with it. And I also think it's a good idea to check it like as soon as you get it. Don't let 6 months go by. I think it just probably puts you in a better situation. And if you do decide to buy a saber that you know isn't ready to ship, I think mentally be prepared for like not seeing it for several months at least, I think is reasonable. But anything over 2 or 3 months, I'm just not that patient of a guy. I'm not going through this again. But you know, I couldn't get through this video without putting some blades in it and showing you guys this pretty awesome Kylo Ren replica lightsaber. Have any of you guys waited for a lightsaber? Leave a comment and share your story down below. So does the story have a happy ending? And I suppose it does, because the saber finally got back to me after shipping it out twice. And it works and looks beautifully. Let's take a look at the fine weathering done on this saber. This isn't really a saber review, but I wanted just to show you guys the super accurate bluing of the side vents, and the weathering looks fantastic. They roughed it up, but not too much. You know, on the main hilt here, and the activation switch. I mean, although this is operated by 2 buttons right here and here, but the red wire looks beautiful. I think he added some extra dirty weathering inside of that, like kind of, I don't know what to call it, the inner workings there of the hilt. I love the scuffs, and it looks great, man. It looks just like out of the movie. Even down here, we can't forget about this lower, near the pommel engine part, looks beautiful. But before my video is over, I wanted to say one more time that Randy is a really nice guy. He has great communication. He's helped me out in a couple of transactions with his lightsabers. And I'm happy to report that I have a beautiful, perfectly working Kylo Ren lightsaber after about waiting for 9 to 10 months. Let's just check the lightsaber out just for fun. I am Kylo Ren and I don't have patience. Ah. Oh. Woo. Bam. Reverse grip. Ah. I'm inside your mind. Woo! Yeah. Oh, look at those flames, you guys. Woo! Tip drag. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Take care and be safe out there, would ya? All right? Promise? And make sure to have an awesome Star Wars day.